I'm Captain Monte with Texas Fishing Tips, and this is your weekly fishing report.
Out here on the side of the shrimp boat channel, over here at the McDermott docks, up against these pilings and these rocks right through here. The sheephead are slowly starting to come in, a bunch of males, but there are a few females through here, the bigger females. Live shrimp, you can either free line them or you can use a little 1/4 ounce weight right on top of the hook. A number one or number two Kell hook's been working the best. Out here in front of Fina docks, up along this rock up against this wall through here, there have been slot reds, there have been speckled trout, there have been sheephead being caught through here. When you're out here in this little deeper water and dropping straight down, with an 1.5 to 3 ounce weight, just depending how that current is, there have been slot reds, there have been bull reds, there have been big black drum hanging out there in that 15 to 30 foot of water. There used to be some structure out here. There's still a little bit of scattered structure. So these bull reds have been spawning out here for years, and they just naturally still come in here. Even though a lot of that structure is gone, them reds are still there. Your favorite cut baits, cut crab works real well, or even live shrimp. You can try different ways of fishing it with the lighter weight, with the heavier weight, but the fish are still been hanging around there. On them good calm mornings, we still been coming out here to the south and the north jetty. There have been slot reds out here, there have been bull reds, there have been black drum, there has been pompano out here, so a little bit of everything. On the north jetty, I do come on the outside and start fishing the rock piles going back towards the beach. We've been catching slot speckled trout. We've been catching slot reds. We've been catching sheephead. A few mangrove snappers still. Pompano. I know here last week I was fishing out there, and a couple of the guys that are jetty fishing, they were pulling in big snook. So you never know what you're going to catch out here. Out here on the south jetty, I like to fish at that 25 to 30 foot water, and I kind of go through there with my trolling motor and my depth finder, and I'll see that school of fish. Once I see that school, then I start dropping live shrimp to them. Out here, it just depends how hard that current's moving. Depends on what kind of weight I want to put on my line. So, just kind of play it how it comes. Stronger tides, stronger weights. Lighter tides, lighter weight. 2 to 3 ounce, 2 to 3 aught Kell hooks is what I've been using. A lot of people out there use circle hooks, but I firm believer in Kell hooks. Even on the inside of the North Jetty, up against these rocks from the tip coming back in, sheephead, slot reds, and mixed in with a few speckled trout. So all this area around Port Aransas still holding pretty decent fish. Out here on this point, there is a rock pile that comes out right here. There have been sheephead and mixed in with early in the mornings a few speckled trout. So all this area working real well around Port Aransas. Back behind these houses on the Port Aransas side, you cannot tie up to the docks, but you can work all these rocks here by these docks. When the sheephead do come in steady, that's a good place to catch sheephead. You can also catch you a mixed bag of redfish and black drum through here. Live shrimp has been the ticket. Depending where that tide level's at, it's been fluctuating. A northern will blow it out. Southeast wind blows it back in. So if the tide is way out, South Bay here on the edges been holding pretty decent redfish all the way around to Grassy. Now if it's all the way blowed out, a lot of you in those skinny water boats can jump this bar and come into this back little creek. Redfish and black drum get stacked through here pretty good. Dead shrimp or live shrimp. Same way on this outside. You can fish all this outside on these potholes and grass beds. And the redfish have been holding off pretty good through here, mixed in with black drum. You can come back underneath the bridge and come through the highway channel. First thing in the mornings, there have been speckled trout all through here on this highway channel. If you come back into sailboat, you can catch speckled trout. You can catch slot reds, black drum. A lot of kayakers through here, so, be respectful. Don't just come in and blow them out. Just take your time coming in, get on your trolling motor, come through here slow. This is a real good area when the tide is really gone. Out here on the east shores, when these flats are dry, then this east shores works pretty good. Coming back through these deep holes right through here, you can fish outside. The fish come back out, and they just kind of set on this outside. Right here at the Y channel, this area is good for black drum and redfish, especially, like I said, when the tide is out. If the tide is in, those of you in the shallow water boats, them fish are just sitting right here on the edge of these guts. So this area right through here, little deeper pockets, been catching redfish and black drum pretty consistently. So, like I said, just be cautious, Got a lot of people out there wade fishing right now. We've got, kayakers out there, so just be respectful. Coming back up across Ransom, there's a little gut that comes through here. This area right through here during the wintertime when the tides are really gone. This little deeper gut right through here holds black drum and redfish. So good areas, work your guts, when the tide is out, work the deeper channels. When the tide is in, and you can kind of tell when that tide's in, then, get up here in these flats and start working back behind these islands with your favorite cut baits or favorite live baits, or even right now, artificial has been working great. Topwater lures, popping corks with favorite plastic. Pretty much all of that's been working for trout and redfish. If you got a drift sock and you want to drift it with the popping cork and shrimp, this is a great area right through here on both sides of Sunray to come through here and just kind of drift fish. So, like I said, all your baits have been working real well. There's a lot of mullet coming in, but these fish, some days they want live bait. Some days they don't want none of that, and they want strictly artificials. So have your little tackle box with different colors of baits, and jump out there and work them. If it don't work within 15, 20 minutes, swap your bait over. This week I've been working Ingleside area. This little cut that comes here by these houses. There's this big flat with multiple guts that come through here. There have been black drum and redfish mixed in with a few trout. Little live shrimp have been working real well under popping corks. Also, I've been coming over here, what we call the D-Mag, this big facility right through here. Working along this dock with just a 1/4 ounce weight right on top of a number 2 Kell hook. We've been catching black drum. We've been catching sheephead, mixing with a few redfish. As I come down and get over here by Oxy and these flats right through here, this area from here all the way down to this last dock, working these flats through here, I've been using a Berkeley gulp, white with the chartreuse tail under a popping cork. We've been catching redfish and speckled trout up here on this flat. Like I said, the water's been fluctuating. It's been high, it's been low. If it's higher, then get up there tight. If it's low, stay out there a little deeper, close by that deeper water. That's my suggestion. Over here on the other side, coming towards Portland shoreline, there's been a lot of bait hanging along this flat all through here. There have been redfish and speckled trout, popping corks with either live shrimp or a favorite plastic's been working good. Even your topwater baits have been working real well. These little piers, these broken down piers on out here in Portland shoreline, they have been catching black drum mixed in with speckled trout. A lot of smaller trout, but if you weed through them, you'll get your bag. Out here on these rocks out here by Indian Point, there have been a lot of bait through here. Redfish have been hanging out. There have been some black drum, So you can work these rocks right through here from Indian Point Pier back north, and there's been good fish all through there. You know, the whales this time of the year, those of you that want to jump out here in Corpus Christi Bay, this is a great time to come out here with live shrimp, free lining. We've been catching speckled trout. We've been catching oversized reds. The big sheepheads are starting to show up on these wells out here. So this is a great time of the year to come out here in Corpus Christi Bay and work these gas wells. These gas wells hold a lot of good fish. As the winter comes on, the fish migrate out here even a little bit more. So pick your days coming out here. If it's nice and calm and the wind's light and the tide is coming in, I love fishing this with the incoming tide. If you'll get those few things in order, then you'll come out here and you will catch your good mess of fish. Y'all all have a great week. Be courteous out there and enjoy our nice cool weather. See y'all next week.
Thanks for watching. This is Capt Monte.